Hallelujah, Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. Hallelujah. There was a time not that long ago when memorization played an important role in education. I don't know what's happened to that practice, but I sense that its importance has been reduced. It may be because of the innovations of the digital age that it simply isn't necessary to memorize things or remember them at all. Everything we need to know is available on the internet, just a click away. And that is true. A lot of the information we need just for basic life today comes to us at the speed of light. But I still think there's something to be gained by committing some important things to memory. For example, I think knowing your times tables and being able to do simple arithmetic in your head is a good gift to have. When you're, for instance, you want to try to decide how much wood to buy for a project at home, or maybe you're working with a recipe that you need to expand or reduce, to be able to just compute this in your head is a blessing. And there's no need to go running to gadgets and devices for this. When it comes to our faith, it's a blessing also to have memorized passages, portions of the Bible. They are the cornerstones of our faith. And when we remember them, we are brought into the realm of the Bible, God's holy word. I'm sure many, most of you, all of you, have committed certain verses of the Bible to memory, either intentionally or you just read them or heard them enough that they become a part of you. Some examples, for instance. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. Or my soul magnifies the Lord. Or Simeon's song. Now that's sung at the conclusion of every Eucharist at Memorial Lutheran Church. And you've been there, you've sung it. O Lord, now let your servant depart in peace. For I have seen the glory of your redeeming grace, a light to lead the nations unto your holy hill, the glory of your people, your chosen, Israel. And of course, I'm sure you can repeat, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one enters to the Father but by me. Or that probably the most famous biblical verse that we see placards of, John 3:16 and also 17. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world might be saved through him. And when I bring Holy Communion to our members, some of whom are suffering from memory loss, I'm always pleased that the one thing they have not forgotten is the Lord's Prayer. They might not remember a whole lot, but when I begin, Our Father, they jump right in, and they rarely miss a word, and it's a very beautiful thing to hear. Well, we have in today's readings another passage that is very familiar to us, the 23rd Psalm. Many of us learned it in the Old King James translation, or the Revised Standard Version, RSV, and I'll bet could repeat this from memory. Now, I can tell you that the worship and music committees of each of our three churches, as well as the Bible study group that meets here on Thursdays, can do this. Because I checked them. They did. And I'm very happy about that. And I bet that's going to be true for you too. But I'm not going to test you. In my sermon today, I want to raise up a particular verse from that well-known psalm. Verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. This is a verse that always gives me great comfort. I hope it gives you great comfort. I think that that's the reason that the entire psalm is read at funerals. But, you know, this verse isn't meant only to comfort those who are mourning the loss of a loved one. It's meant for the living as well. Augustine thinks of it this way in this verse. Yea, though I walk in the midst of this life, which is the shadow of death. That's what Augustine says. He sees life as being a pilgrimage that can and does take us through this valley of the shadow of death. And there can be times in our lives when, as that saying goes, bad things happen to good people. I know it myself. I know you know it as well. I hear stories every week of sadness, frustration, difficulties, people just trying to get by, that involve our members or people that they're close to. And sometimes it seems that our lives really are a valley of the shadow of death, just like Augustine says. There can be stretches of time when we're kind of walking through something that feels like a narrow ravine. The rocks are kind of like piled up on top of each other like troubles, just heaped one on top of the next, on top of the next. And the road is long, and it can be dreary. And sometimes it seems like we're going even deeper and deeper into this valley, and the troubles are piled so high that they block out the light, whatever light that can get in there. It can be lonely and demoralizing and frightening. And when we're in this place, we need help, that's for sure. But I want you to notice something. Help is there, if we only are aware. That help is the Lord who is our shepherd. He has fed us good food. He has made us lie down in that green pasture of His nourishing word, Scripture. Those verses that we want to try to memorize. Martin Luther says to us that the reason the shepherd's rod and staff are comforting to us is that if we lean on them when we are fatigued by perils and trials, we will rest and then receive strength. When we're in this valley, it can seem as though there's no end to it, no light at the end. But look at what the psalm says. Though I walk through the valley, there is an end, even if we can't see it. We will come out the other side. This is because Jesus is with us. Our shepherd is with us. His valley of the shadow of death was His passion and crucifixion and death. And God raised Him on the third day. Through our baptism and faith, He will raise us as well. There will be an end. And the last thing I want us to think about, though, in this verse is the concept of the shadow of death. Remember, it's only a shadow. It isn't death. It's the shadow of death. And this is the way I think about it. Evil puts itself in front of the light to create a shadow, which is an illusion of death. Evil does this to confuse us and scare us and make us doubt the presence of the light. It does this, evil does this by getting between us and our shepherd, our Lord Jesus Christ. But this is not reality. Jesus is there all along providing His life. Jesus, our shepherd, is right there with us in the presence of evil. He's there when He prepares the table for us in the presence of our enemies. That table is His body and blood for us. And He anoints us, and our cup overflows with goodness. And surely, very surely, goodness and mercy will follow us. Now notice, it doesn't say they're with us. Jesus is with us. Goodness and mercy will follow us. That's because we will have trials in this life. We will, it's certain. But we are promised goodness and mercy. They will eventually arrive. And so they follow us. In the Hebrew, the words, the actual translation is something like, they will run after us. They're running after us. I think it's just marvelous. In this life, we will find ourselves one time or other in the valley. It might be now. It might be right now. We must remember that each one of us is one of the Lord's purchased flock. The Lord has purchased us. He paid a price for us. We might be in great sadness, but each of us are one of the Lord's redeemed. The Good Shepherd keeps all of his sheep, and he will preserve them in this gloomy valley. John reports us to this, about this in the gospel text today. Jesus says of his sheep, I give them eternal life, and they will never perish. No one will snatch them out of my hand. So, memorization, memory, remembering. Remembering the 23rd Psalm is a great blessing in times of trouble. Remembering this and other verses from Scripture are blessings for us to help us be more aware of the Lord's presence in our lives. But what happens when our memories start to fade? Don't fear, because we have another blessing, and that's prayer. If we find ourselves in that valley and evil is trying to insert itself between us and the light of Jesus, and we struggle and we can't remember those verses that we once held on to, don't worry. There's prayer. Jesus is there. Speak to him. He is with you. He is there to comfort and console us. His rod and staff are there to defend us as well as to guide us, to keep us on the paths of righteousness, to drive away our fears so that we can then truly say, yes, thou art with me. So I hope we can all feel his presence in our lives. And more than that, I hope we can then live our lives sharing this presence of Jesus with others. Others who are in need, who maybe are finding themselves in that valley of despair, feeling that gloom, that fright, feeling lonely, feeling hungry. Maybe they are ill. Let us share the presence of Jesus in our lives through our words and deeds and prayers, so that they, those who are struggling, they will then be able to say, yes, thou art with me. To the glory of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.